yeah. Feminism in Africa is a big joke.
But do you believe in it?
I can never believe in such. I can never. A lot of them who appear to be feminists are just, I call them misandries. I call them angry females because they are not feminists. They are never feminists. It will always appear a joke to the men. They will never take it serious. Let's say feminism in the early stage was fantastic. They did a great job. Is it okay to say at this point, what they fought for then is cool? I mean, we are done. They fought the fight and they won. So like what we're having now, can we just scrap it? Can everyone just shut up? Yes, like we have the solution already. You have equal rights as me, as a man. So what are you fighting for?
Hello, welcome to another super amazing episode of the LHC Pod, a podcast inspiring elevated living. Of course, you know. My name is Emmanuel Aremo, and I have always been your host. Today, we have a very sumptuous topic to discuss with you. You might be thinking, what is this topic? But I tell you, it promises to be an exciting one. What is that topic? Feminism. We're extracting feminism from a man's perspective. That sounds interesting, right? But that is not the only interesting thing here. The topic cannot be interesting without a guest. And today we have Paul Rudiment. Let me tell you about this man. Paul is an art, from what I've seen, even before engaging him. He is an art. From a professional drummer to an actor, name it. He's a wonderful person. Join me, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome Paul. Paul, nice to have you on this show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
How's it been?
Man, it's been good. It's really been a great time. So good to be here.
Yeah. Not just that, you are a gym enthusiast.
Yes, a gym rat.
So how do you... So before we even kickstart the topic for the day, how do you manage, when you gym like that, are you not tired, building muscles?
It can be draining, but sometimes when you're passionate about something, you don't get to see,
what is the benefit
downside.
Apart from let us know.
Health benefit. It makes you physically fit. It makes you numb to pain. It makes you
very agile.
Yeah, agile, active. In my line, in my career path, being a close protection officer, it keeps you alert all the time.
All the time. Fantastic. Yeah. Well done. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes. So the topic we're having is interesting that we're just guys here, and we're extracting feminism from the male perspective, right? What would you say? How would you interpret feminism in Africa today?
Well, when I hear people talk about feminism, I always laugh because I feel like it's some, I don't know what to call it, but just a joke.
Seriously?
Yes, yeah. Feminism in Africa is a big joke.
But do you believe in it?
I can never believe in such. I can never. It's a joke. The truth is, when a man does something, it is seen as being human.
Yeah.
Humanitarian service.
Yes.
Just did it. But when a woman does something, it becomes feminism. So why do we have to genderize this? You are just being an adult. You're just being human.
Man.
So when they come out to say, oh, feminism this, feminism that, why do you have to give the glory to feminism and not just being a good person, a philanthropist, someone who is just into humanitarian service or who just want the best for people around them. And I mean, this whole thing just triggers gender war and so many other things. So I find it, I say it as a joke. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But don't you think sometimes you also acknowledge that at some point, women were not given voice in the society, right? Way back when the men basically are the ones that work, women were not allowed to do any formal work or name it. At some point, they were not allowed to vote, right? and they had to fight or insist that they be given voting rights to do that. In Africa, we had female. For you, they are not feminists, but I would say female fighters. So if we don't want to use the word feminism, all right? So we had female fighters who were advocating for the women. Why? Because they consider that women are marginalized in certain things. Are you basically saying that they didn't do anything, or that cannot be categorized as feminism? They were just basically standing up for their own rights, basically.
Yeah, that's what it is. I can't call that feminism.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay.
The truth is, long before now, both men and women,
Yes.
as Africans, as blacks, were not open to some opportunities.
Okay.
Yeah. So it wasn't as if it's just all about the women cannot vote, blah, 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 blah. Then, as a man, you are forced to be a soldier. You are forced to go and fight, whether you want to or not.
Okay.
You know, fight to protect your family. Or your community or whatever it is. So it was never a fair game for everybody. You know, at some point we start to, gain freedom and, gradually. And the truth is, we are humans, and with time things begins to change. And one of it is, women can now do some things. Biologically, women cannot match up the energy of the men.
Yeah.
But I think it's a wrong agenda to think you can give women this whole freedom, like they target, because they call it freedom, but that's slavery actually. So they feel like, these women can get all the freedom and they can do whatever it is that men can do. But obviously they can't. But I think in some areas
it works. Do you think that men are misunderstanding the term feminism?
The truth is, biologically, you can do some findings on that. Men are deep thinkers. And because we have the physical ability to carry out things, it is normal for you to have a rethink over and over again before you carry out some actions. So before men can see feminism as what it is now, it is because of the response of these feminists. And a lot of them who appear to be feminists are I call them misandrists. I call them angry females, because they are not feminists. They are never feminists. So it will always appear a joke to the men. They will never take it serious.
You don't want to refer to it as being, as the term. You don't want to associate with the term itself.
Yes.
Or you have an issue with the people who are now calling themselves and championing feminism.
The term feminism, I don't want to associate myself.
Yeah, but the earlier, the people who started all of this were those who coined it. So would you say that the terminology is not right, or that the people who now assume to be using that for whatever purpose that they have are the people you have issues with? Okay,
let me use an analogy.
Yeah.
Growing up as a child,
yeah.
When you hear people say, I saw this person coming out of an hotel, there is a narrative about hotel.
Yeah.
Growing up, we used to think hotels is just like this Sodom and Gomorrah, this den for crazy things, drugs and fornication and all of that. But guess what? Growing up, we come to realize that it's just a place, relaxation center where you can just pay money and relax and all of that. So even if feminism has, the founders of the feminism founded it on a very good note, and their intentions were very clear. Yeah. The word feminism has been corrupted. Okay. So it's no more what it is.
Okay.
So I really don't want to have anything to do with that word. Maybe another word can be found for that, but the word feminism in the modern day society is just it's just a joke, like I keep saying.
Women can play to their strength, and men can play to their strength. Women are very tender, and they can care for people, but that shouldn't make them less of human to the men than we're putting in.
The thing is, we need each other.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, let's substantiate that.
We need each other. So it's not like maybe women you won't hear men coming out to say we don't need women, but women are always the ones saying that. But the point I'm trying to make is there are women that champion organizations, rule, they do stuff, they manage companies and they do so well. But guess what? People around them, people working with them are men. So when you talk about intellectual capacity, they can build apps, they can make society better and all of that. Fantastic. But the end point is you still, at some point, the physical ability comes in. And that's where you find more men. So she can be giving the orders while the men are carrying out the assignment. That's what it is. I can give. Okay, so I was speaking with a friend yesterday. Let's use Nigeria as an example, the current insecurity issues we have. The people guiding the country are more men. More than 98% are men. So let's imagine the men decides we're not going to guard the country. Or we want everyone should guard themselves. So even you as a woman, you might have a property, your property is not safe. You as a woman, you're not safe. So the reason why you can even function in that space, in that country, in that state, in that community, is because there is a wall. There's something that you might not be seeing, and that's just an example I'm giving.
Yeah, sure.
So that's the main point.
But the women are not giving up. The so-called feminists that we have in our society are not giving up. They are throwing tantrums at every point at the men. How do you think that this can be managed?
It makes them more.
You consider them a joke?
It makes them stupid, actually. Yeah. Yes.
Why did you say?
It makes them stupid. So the truth is, I keep saying this to all feminists when I get to meet them. You don't fight a problem empty-handed. You come with a solution. I mean, you come with a solution. You don't just come, there's a problem. We have to get this problem out. There is a problem. We have to get this problem out, but this is a solution right here. They are not bringing this solution. There is no solution at all. Throwing tantrums at men doesn't make men less of themselves. As a matter of fact, the worst you can do is to cry on social media. You can't do anything. About the podcast that was trending, about my video, the debate with the feminists and all. I had lots of women come to my DM and threaten me. You're a stupid guy, you're a silly guy, God punish you, God raining curses on my family, my moms, my siblings, you're mad, you're stupid. I had to make a video. I told them, I'm all over Lagos. I work on the island, I'm almost everywhere. Confront me, come to me, come and tell me I'm stupid. Let me show you what a stupid man acts like. And nobody, guess what, when they get to meet me on the island or some other places, they're like, oh, I know you from cruise. I really do not agree with everything you said, but I think I like you. Can we take a picture? And I'm like, So that's just what it is. My point is, low key, they know the truth, all right? But because there's one thing about we blacks I really do not like. We are so much on excessiveness. We go to extreme. Okay. We don't know how to manage things. I was telling my friend, one of the reasons why ammunition, rifles, is not possessed or is not legal in a country like Nigeria is because we overdo things. Out there, when you possess a rifle, I know there are cases of people wrongly using it and all of that, but it can't be the same. If they legalize that in one day in Nigeria, more than half of the population is gone. Yeah, so
you think so?
Yes,
but people still acquire licensed guns and they have it in their possession.
As a civilian, before you can possess a rifle in Nigeria, you need the permission of the Inspector General of Police or the President. So you can't just possess it, or unless you are under some military or paramilitary that are licensed to use rifles and all. So that's just what it is. Throwing tantrums at men is never the solution. As a matter of fact, some of these women don't understand their strength is in their femininity. That's the crazy thing. Their strength is in their femininity.
Yeah, because we just said you play to your strength.
Exactly. It might sound stupid. If there is a mess on this ground, maybe there is water or something, you don't use your expensive clothes. You pick a rag. A rag might be useless, but at that point, the rag is more useful than your clothes. So it might sound like, being feminine means you are weak. Men, it's not like we are living in the 2000s where men just captivate women and rape them. It's not happening. So what's with the drama? Just live life,
Enjoy
play
yourself.
your role and all of that. That's just it.
On that particular episode, somebody used a very offensive word on you, by saying that you're a fool. And I was saying, how did you take
She was
that?
lucky. Yes. She was very,
Seriously?
very lucky. Yes. I don't tolerate disrespect. 0%. I don't. I can be aggressive if you do that. Yes. And I say that publicly. I can slap sense into you confidently, and I don't care. So when you watch that video, when she made that statement, first, I wasn't expecting it. So when she did, in split seconds, what was just rolling in my head is, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. So there's something I've always learned over time as a man. When something happens, I make that a personal rule, right? Take the next 5 seconds to analyze it. So when something happens, I don't just attack. I pause like, hello, like
where's that coming from?
So at that space, that short time, all I was just hearing is calm down. I had pictures of what she was looking like seconds after in my head, but I was just saying calm down, because I mean she can't even come close, So that's not the truth. We should know our strength and weakness. If me as a man, being physically stronger than you, can't use such word at you, why do you have to use that? Yeah, so that's just what it is.
No, but it's good that you were able to manage that situation, irrespective of how heightened the tensions were in having meaningful conversations. Just basically, your opinion is your opinion, and you should stand by it, and people do not have the right to throw tantrums at anybody just because they feel like they are women. And
more reason I call them jokers.
Right. So do you think that the agitation of the present day feminists or modern day feminism as it is practiced is not it's not feminism but extremism?
Yeah, they call them, is it radical feminist or whatever they call them.
So they've added another adjective to it.
Radical basically just mean rough, tough, aggressive, So some of them is, we are going to get this by force. And
so what are their concerns not valid? For instance, if I've been battered, take for instance, I've been battered, maybe in relationship, maybe from parents, I've had bad experiences with men, and I want things changed. And I'm advocating for it. Why should that be a problem?
Okay. I think the most asinine behavior from a human is treating the next human like the human you met before.
No, but it's not just the woman or the man that you've met before, right? It's that we have a robust data to basically show that women are either treated badly in one way, one period, one time, or the other, right?
So is it also
So if we can establish that, and then some set of persons say, okay, you know what, this cannot continue to happen. For example, sexual molestation, we have that. Secondly, we have the domestic violence and all of that. And these are reported cases on a daily basis, right? And some set of persons just came up and say, okay, you know what, we need to start championing the cause for women to say, this cannot happen. If you have your resources, you should be able to spend it on yourself. You should be able to contribute. For instance, a woman says, I'm a feminist, I want equal rights. It means that if you want to be in your house, you can also contribute 50%. Shouldn't the men be happy about that? So why are we having issues when they call themselves feminists and then at the end of the day we say no?
We always have a problem where they are advocating for rights, like they call it. But when it's time to carry out those responsibilities of those equal rights, you can't find them. They just behind the bars. They don't want to do anything anymore. They just want to enjoy life. It's basically like saying, I want to be treated well. It's not even about gender now. I'm a woman. I don't want to work. Just give me money. I don't want to get married. I don't want kids. I don't want to do anything. I want to live my life the way I want it. But then I keep asking, the men in time past, or the men that are perpetrators of these old things, are they the same men now? No. This rights these so-called feminists are fighting for, is allowed by the same men.
Yes, which is my point, which is that men
That's
are...
to tell you, we also support it. We also want our women to live fine, be free, be happy, but not... The thing is, like I said earlier, we as blacks, we go to extreme. So even when you are fighting for freedom or for your rights, and a pinch of that right is given to you, they go extreme. It becomes something else, entirely. And that is the problem we are having. Because I can think that it is almost valid to say, oh, me as a man, let's say I and some group of men are those in power. And we have women protesting and saying, no, we want to have this in the society, we want equal rights. And we allow the women. And it's becoming men are this, men are that, men are bullshit, men are... whenever you see men do this, there are a lot of things we watch online, on TikTok especially, that when you watch them, you as a man, you just don't see reasons to listen to them, even when it is supposed to be valid. Yeah, you almost don't want to listen to them, because it is looking like even those with pure intentions who actually want that freedom and that equal rights, they almost can't get it, because those with the loudest voice are just those misandrists who have no idea what feminism is all about. They have no idea. All they do is just set a ring light and talk bullshit. And those that are interested in this feminism, who really wants this right, can't get it, because we now see your leaders as jokers. What do you mean you are protesting for? We have a case of Ochanya that was trending recently. A little girl that was raped by the father and brother.
Yeah.
And the next thing you are doing is carrying placards wherever you find a man. You are going right in front of them to say, "Stop raping us! Stop!" What are you sick? I went back online to see videos of a feminist. I don't want to mention a very popular feminist coming out to say, if you approach this man and anybody talks, pepper spray their eyes. Are you joking? Am I the man that raped Ochanya? Like, do I look like him? So that's just it. The truth is, we as men, if you watch videos of during the protest and everything, there are some men that were speaking up, but a lot of men know this thing is just a joke. I mean, yes, when someone commits a crime like molestation or sexual abuse, it should go behind bars. No, there's no conversation for that. There's no debates. Do whatever and let him face the law. Yeah, that's it. But taking that to say, oh, men this, and you're trying to rub it on my innocent face. I might be seated somewhere. Probably I might not be holding a placard, but I feel sorry. Like, oh, this thing is bad. And you're coming right in front of me to say, oh, if he misbehave, pepper sprays. So like, you really will pepper spray my eyes. Like, did you understand? So this is why it's always a problem.
But don't you think that you are reacting to basically the loudest voices in the society or on the internet, and not...
Because the loudest is more heard. That's just it.
The loudest is
more heard.
But why are you basing your decision on what the loudest are saying, as against the silent ones that are making core change in the society?
Guess what? The silent ones at some point follow the loud ones.
How so?
Okay. So the thing is, how do you explain going on Instagram, seeing a girl of 19, clearly written on her profile, 19 years old, proudly writing on her profile, misandrist? How do you explain that? Like, proudly misandrist on her profile, 19 years. What? I mean, 19 years, a misandrist already at 19. I thought misandrist is just like retired old folks who no men want them in the society and all. And yes.
You think so?
Yeah.
But don't you think that, for me, if you write, if I see a profile like that, I just look away.
It just doesn't make sense. You know why? There are other women probably looking up to you, might be older than you or younger.
Who would bear the pangs at the end of the day? I think that, are we not, as men, you inclusive, are we not overreacting? It is their life. Let them live it.
Thank you. Imagine a man coming out boldly written on his shirt, "I'm a rapist." It's his life. I mean, he bought the clothes, right?
But society does not support rape.
Good. So being a misandrist is not.
No law says that you are committing any crime if you say you are a misandrist.
Exactly. If I write on my shirt, "I am a rapist," have I really committed a crime?
How do I answer that?
Any evidence to that? If you take me to court, I saw this man clearly written on his clothes, he's a rapist.
I'm not a lawyer, but if I would solely rely on the judgment of on what the law says.
Obviously, I might be arrested and interrogated, and if at some point, if I have a good lawyer too, at some point there is no evidence.
Yeah, because nobody has come out to say.
The only thing they start to say is you don't wear such in public because you're trying to paint a narrative.
But being a misandrist, actually, I don't think that there's any law that goes against that.
Is it a good thing?
It's not me to decide. I do think that as a human...
Morally, is it good?
Morally, it might not be. But legally, there's nothing against it. All right? Legally, there is nothing against it. And if there is nothing against it, I practically have no business with it.
So
and I'll give you an
instance.
instance.
Should our morals be upheld?
Morals should be upheld. But where one is deviating... Because again, we can say... morals says that you shouldn't put something like that on, right? But I go out and this is it. Okay, you are a misandrist. Welcome. Have a good day. Enjoy yourself. I move on. Sure. Because at the end of the day, there is a thin line between morals. I'm not going to carry my cane or do something stupid that would then be that I've committed an offense, and then at the end of the day, I am either apprehended, sentenced, or jailed, and everything. But basically, what I'm saying is that we can, as a people, it might be morally wrong, right? But legally, nothing says that they've done anything wrong. And if that is the case, I have no business. How would I even treat people like that? My question is, my take on this would be that, misandrist, nice one, enjoy yourself, good day. And I think that if the men avoid people like that, and they go into their shells, people don't relate with them, whether you like it or not, they do have emotions. All these that they put out there are facade to cover the deep down pain that they have in them.
And not all of them have the pain, actually. They're carrying someone else's pain.
Yes, some can be carrying. I wouldn't dwell on that. Whether you are carrying somebody's pain, you should understand the pain the person is carrying, and you shouldn't help the person out of the pain and not take another person's fight on themselves. So I leave them. Whether they are carrying or not, they should be on their own. But one thing that I would say for me is, if you put a misandrist on your post, I have no business with you. I will ostracize you. And I think that men should take that approach.
No.
Why?
No, shouldn't.
Why?
We shouldn't condone that. That's bullshit.
It's not mine to fight.
My point is, what is misandrist as a word doing on a profile of a 19-year-old? What have you seen in this life? What experience do you have?
Experience will teach them at a later date. Because again, the reason why I'm saying is we've had people. This is not the first time that things like this are happening, right? For ages, there are people who grow up to see men from a different perspective. Maybe because of their history. Maybe because of the relationship with their family, right? And then they grow up with certain knowledge or notions in their mind. And they are aged. Now, nobody is, the pain, the pangs that they are feeling, nobody is feeling that same pain and pangs with them. For me, I practically have no business. If you say you are a misandrist, I would not touch. I will not deal. I will not interact. And my point is that people should understand, because with time they will get to understand that you can't toe that line, because we all need each other.
But we don't need the misandrist, actually.
Why?
We don't need them.
Why don't you need them?
Why do I need a misandrist? Why? I mean,
maybe you should make them understand.
Someone hating on me for no reason.
You are, maybe not me. Maybe I could make them see reasons why they need to change that thing.
As an adult.
But they are still, like you said,
why are
19.
they not seeing reasons to go and steal or do something else? Why is it hating on men?
19 is still young, right? And there should be room for change. And these changes can come through education.
I can imagine what must have gone through, or what she must have watched or heard, that will make her re-edit a profile to be clearly written misandrist. So the whole bone of content is this: when the average Nigerian feminists come out to speak, they actually prove that trait of being a misandrist, But some of them, it's not clearly written on their profile. Mm-hmm. So my point is, you can be a misandrist, keep it to yourself. Mm. I mean, you don't have to, write on our faces. You are saying you are a misandrist and you are a woman. Listen, you are a woman. Mm. Same as your gender, there are women like you whose intentions are very clear and pure, fighting for rights. They want women to have a voice in the society. So when we say, all women should come out, guess what? The misandrist join them. Because she is a woman, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And she, one way or the other, is going to carry out her duty, or that trait is going to show as a misandrist. So it is at some point when that girl begins to gain fan base, large audience, set up the ring light and all of that to make content, and younger ones start to watch. What do you think she's building? Like, she's creating this army of misandrists, and our society gets ruined day by day. The reason why in our country, Nigeria, gay is not legalized is because it's not a thing, obviously. Mm-hmm. You might be, yes, you have the right to life as a human.
Same-sex marriage.
You can do your thing and all of that. Mm-hmm. But like I keep saying, we are blacks. The moment that thing is legalized in Nigeria, forget it, bro. Just forget it. It becomes extreme. It becomes a problem. So there is no way everybody frowns at being a misogynist. How many guys have you seen clearly written? You will hardly, I stand to be corrected, you hardly find a guy coming to affirm to say, I'm a misogynist. You hardly find that. When you find men that call themselves masculine, it's just like we have feminism. It's just in a place of defense. Feminine, yeah. You will never find a man coming out to, most men that make content about supporting men, you will never see them making content about hating on women. It is always countering what the women are saying. So it's like a force, like a man force. So when this thing is said about men, they come out to say, we are debunking this. But they won't come out to say women are this, women are no.
Okay, so you've been able to pinpoint something that isn't going well in the society. You think that these women are going to the extreme, they are extremists. Yes. And they are polluting the society. Yeah. And younger ones and armies are going to be built, and the society will be worse for it. Yeah. What is your solution? Because from a moral point of view, you said it is not morally right, right? But what are you doing to change the narrative?
So the solution is for them to shut up. Yes, just shut up.
No, but I think that, don't you think that these things are based, their positions are coming from a place of, I didn't mean to laugh there, right? But don't you think that these positions are coming from a place of ignorance? For instance, you mentioned a 19-year-old girl, right? And then you have the elderly ones who are again recruiting these
younger ones,
the younger ones into whatever sect I'm sorry to say,
yeah.
that they're trying to form. Don't you think that having a program that then champion education will counter what these people are saying? Don't you think that projecting females or women who want to be married, who are happily married, who want to cater for their kids, who can boldly put on their name, I am Mrs. So and so, happily married on profile. These people should be projected more so that the ladies themselves can begin to learn. Is that not a better approach than saying they should just shut up?
Yeah, so why I say they should shut up is when you want to fight, there is something we call strategy. So there are ways strategies are being used.
Okay.
In the whole of history, the times women ever fought a fight or get a man down was never aggressive. Name me one. Just one.
Okay.
Never, even in history, in the Bible, anywhere. I'll use one man in the Bible, for instance, Samson. Delilah never came to Samson with a spear, sword. You are mad. I'm going to take you down. I promise you one day I'll cut your hair and you'll lose your strength. No. Your strength as a woman is in your femininity. For feminism as a word, in as much as I don't like that word, to thrive in a country like Nigeria, women should embrace their femininity more. By embracing them, listen, like I said, I mentioned instinct at the early stage of this conversation.
Yes.
As men, we just naturally fall to that. It will get you every time, like over and over again. Even when you know it, you'll fall for it. Okay. When a woman embraces her femininity, you fall for it solely. The thing is, the men then is not the same as now. This is not even about you fighting. Whether you fight or not, we are humans, we have feelings. So if there was a time where women can be captivated and just raped for no reason, it comes to a point where a man will feel like, oh, probably you must have watched a woman being raped and like, she doesn't feel good about it. Hey, man, please come. We have like 4 or 5 guys. Can we work on this? Can we change this? Or let's say the man committing this crime is someone close to me, a family. Can we just put a stop to this? And some way, somehow, that's revolution. Yeah. Some way, somehow, these things begins to change. And of course, naturally, you don't have to like do too much. I'm not saying fighting is bad, all right? And I'm not saying speaking up that you want something is bad. But speaking up first has sent a message. So we already know, they are fighting for this thing, they are doing this thing. We can't, no matter how I try to make a point, we can't omit the fact that there are still male perpetrators. Like men commit silly, crazy crimes against women. Yeah. Yes, like I keep saying, any man that does anything crazy, maybe sexual harassment, or let him face the law. I mean, there's no debate. Go, take him away, right? But we should pick the stone out of the beans and not just take the beans out of the stone. Yeah, so find the problem. Like, let's tackle it one after the other. I mean, I keep asking the modern feminist, name me one right that I have as a man that you don't have as a woman. One.
Any right? I'm asking.
Yeah. One. Just name me one.
Any right? Well, no, but it wasn't the situation. It wasn't the same way in the past.
So how about we put it this way? Let's say feminism in the early stage was fantastic. They did a great job. Is it okay to say at this point, what they fought for then is cool? I mean, we are done. They fought the fight and they won. So like what we're having now, can we just scrap it? And can everyone just shut up? Yes, like we have the solution already. You have equal rights as me, as a man. So what are you fighting for? What is, this is why I say they're extremists.
But I don't think that everything they're done with. I'll take an instance in Nigeria. At the last check, I don't know if that has changed. Before you can get a passport, let's think for your kids or something, the husband still needs to be able to sign certain documents before you can do that, get passport for your kids or something. I don't know. There's something around that. And I just got to my notice to say, if we both give birth to this child, why is the country law saying that before you can do this or travel with your kid or something, the dad has to sign.
So how about we see it from the place of building oneness in our society as families? How about we see it from the place of embracing family?
But it totally takes away the right for the woman. We should have equal right to the kids.
No,
so I don't have to have.
Doesn't take.
I don't have to. If I can provide evidence that this child is my child, I should be able to move around with the child, right?
Okay, I hope you know, because I might come back to dive into that, but I hope you know, you as a man, you can't get some jobs in Nigeria if you're not married.
And I don't know.
Yes,
maybe
yes,
like what? Like
for
what?
real.
Yeah, just
so
tell
some
me.
companies. I mean, I used to know. I've worked in several organizations,
Yeah,
and
sure.
I know how it works. When you send your CV, or even if you bring it or whatever it is, any form of passing your CV to the company, and they go through it and they see you are single, you won't get that job. I've heard from several CEOs, appearing as a married man gives a sense of responsibility.
Okay.
So they assume that, and you as a married man, you have families. So the things you are doing, you are doing it to protect the image of your family. You don't want to steal because they can easily find your wife or child. You don't want to do some things. You take the work serious because you need that money to feed your family. This sense. But being a single guy, I mean, I can steal from the company and I'm just in another. You can't trace me, nothing. You have no idea about what I do or who I am and all of that. So it is just. The point is, I hear women scream patriarchy, blah, 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 blah. But life in general is not fair to anybody. Like, yes, you have to fight to enjoy life. It's just like being in the UK as a Nigerian. I mean, as a foreigner. There are some things you can't enjoy there, you can enjoy here. That same thing you struggle to enjoy in a certain country, you can go to another country and enjoy it. That's just basically life. Feeling, you're not getting this right or this opportunity. But there are some other rights you are getting. Same as the man, there are some rights he's not getting, and there are some you are getting. There are some benefits, you are getting. I can use society, for instance. If we have two shops close to each other, one owned by a woman, one owned by a man, the same provision, there's higher chances the woman will sell more. Why?
Why?
So I'm asking. Yeah. So I mean, it's just what it is, right?
Yeah, but I think that beyond. Okay, so let's look at the why. Why could be that the woman has a more marketing skill. More marketing skill could be that her pricing mechanism is right.
No. All she has to do is probably carry a baby, a crawling baby or 1 year old. And it sends a signal when you approach the shop and you see a woman with a baby, you just feel like she needs it more. There's just this instinct, she needs it more. Let me patronize her. And there is this thing about, when a woman talks to a man, it's just like I mentioned on the trending video on the podcast. There's a part I said there are areas women function more. There are areas like hospitality, and there are some other fun jobs. And a lot of people come to me, you are sexualizing women. You are saying women can be only sex workers. Women are only available for pleasure, blah, 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 blah. But I asked the question, if you need a caregiver or nanny, can you hire a man?
Maybe.
I mean, if you hire a man to be a nanny to your 3 or 4 or 5 months old baby, the moment he or she is crying, bro is on his headphone playing games. Who cares? You can cry. I mean, if he feeds you 1-2 times, you're not eating. He's eating your cold noodles. I mean, he doesn't care. So, I mean, we just function differently. All right?
Yeah.
My whole point is, are there some opportunities, almost impossible though, maybe slightly, in the society or where they find themselves that, women cannot easily access? Do you in any way as a grown adult think everything on earth should be accessible? Like you can get everything. By default, you are supposed to. No, it doesn't work like that. You are not supposed to. We work for every single thing. It's just the way it is. There are countries in this world, there are countries on earth that don't prosecute rapists. It is normal. There are countries. Do your findings. When you rape a child, it's not a case. And it doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to be so. They're supposed to go behind bars. But guess what? People still living there. Yes, they do. What about those that are into child marriage and all of that? It might be happening here in some part of the country, but it's not, we frown at it. Most of us frown at it. So that's just life. That's just how it is. If a girl is growing up in a country where child marriage is normal, raping is normal, if she can find her way to a country where child marriage is not normal, find a way there. I mean, that's just life. Like, we are navigating. We are trying to make life balance for ourselves. So it's not as if maybe you're trying to blame it on a man makes this life. Even if the man decides to give you every damn right, like you have now, life is you still have to work your ass out to make money. That's just what it is.
But are their complaints valid? Because, for instance, I still wonder when Nigerian women, and I will use that as an example, go looking for an apartment to live. And the first question they ask them, because you were talking about the women advantage not too long ago, right? But you also know that the men do have advantage, right? Which is that when the women go looking for houses, even those who are not married, the first thing you hear is, are you married? And once you say you are not married, the next question that says, oh, sorry, there is no vacancy.
Okay,
here.
Let me give you a reason for that.
But that is marginalization, if you ask me. Everybody should have equal access, and everybody should be allowed to do what they want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
but ask a question.
People host events, and they still have VIPs. I mean, for them to invite you, you are special to them, right? They assume every damn person is special. But why is there a special space for some other special persons amongst other special people? So what with those sitting behind or down the hall, how will they feel? No. What do you think will be rolling in their head and all? Now, back to what you ask. The truth is, first, it's just life, right? Secondly, we should also see it from the angle of the owner of the property. That's how he wants it. As a matter of fact, there are also places she can go to and she'll be accepted. Just like as simple as that. Now, the point why things like that happen is this. Women cannot handle some issues. Not, I won't say all, but most women cannot handle some issues. Because women are, it might be funny, but sometimes I say women are immune to stress. They can't handle some kind of stress. So when a man gives his house out to a woman, even growing up, when the landlord wants to have a meeting or a conversation with any of the tenants, he wants to speak with a man. There are ways we communicate as men. It's easily understandable. He wouldn't want to say some things that might sound offensive, and a girl start talking back at him, especially if he's an older man, maybe old enough to give birth to that girl or that woman. All right. So some of them just feel like they wouldn't want to go through that. Well, I mean, if we want to agree that some of the women today, in as much as the way they are going about this whole feminism thing is bullshit, it's coming from the place of pain, right? And experience. Yeah. Same way as these landlords, they've had experiences giving houses to single women, and the experience they had was not funny. Sometimes they can get really emotional, break your properties, insult you. I've seen a case where a girl, a tenant, a female tenant, charged the landlord to court of rape. Charged him to court for rape, just because they're having a conversation, and it resort to something that almost like a physical violence, because she was just cursing the man and all of that. And the man was charged. Said he came close to his property. He was trying to push her inside to rape her and all that. So experiences like that made them feel, I want to have this conversation with a man. As a matter of fact, it is not just married in quote. These landlords will ask you if you're married. If you say no, in most cases, if you really need the house, and of course it's all about chemistry and the way we relate, they want to maybe get a signature of your father or brother. I mean, a male figure. That's just what it means. So sometimes when you are there and they need to pass it, they'll call the brother or dad, please tell your sister this.
But don't you think, the point, yes, I understand you, but that in itself is segregation.
I don't think so.
It is.
I don't think so.
Because as a citizen, why shouldn't I be able to walk to a place. I have my money, I have my resources. However you want to communicate, you can communicate. Because the first instance is, I walk up to you. I am communicating with you. I've not veered off the line. And we can have meaningful conversation. Don't you think that men insisting on having to deal with men only and alone on women matters in itself is segregation?
So don't you think CEOs having to deal with married men also is segregation when it comes to getting a job? Don't you think so?
But that is segregation in itself, but it shouldn't be.
It is just what it is.
It shouldn't be.
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
There's so much wrong with it.
Nothing wrong
There's
with
so
it.
much wrong with it. Because how would I? It means that my life is dependent on a man for me to be able to exist. Do you know the pangs of pain that I would live with at the end of the day, given that I'm able to work for my resources? Hard-earned money, like I go out every day, come back, I'm making cool cash. And then I go out there and say, please, this is what I want. You go to restaurant and you are saying, I want to be served. And they're asking you, who did you come with? Who is your husband? Where is your husband? And you think that is not painful enough for somebody to say, you know what, I'm fed up with this society and I'm going to take up the mantle for speaking out. And these guys are just basically speaking out.
Yeah, first of all, the property you want to get is not the only property in the world. Yes. And there are other properties you can access.
But isn't it frustrating?
Okay, hold on.
For a guy, if you go out there and then you say you want to get a house.
Again, not all houses for a guy, yes. Not all houses.
And they said they are not giving you, how would you feel?
I won't feel bad. That's his property. I go somewhere
You
else.
will not, but some other person
You are not
will.
supposed to feel bad.
Why?
Why do you
I am
need to feel
entitled to my emotions.
He's entitled to his property. He doesn't want to give to you because you're not married. Simple. Get a house where the landlord can allow you being a single guy. Get the property. It's
and
just
so
very
you
simple.
keep roaming the street.
Or probably work more and own a house. Yeah.
Nah.
Life is not that hard.
Nah.
No, it's not.
Nah.
This is the problem I have with humanity. We didn't ask to be here. I watched a video of an American guy. The video went viral. The bro was just yelling in his car. I can see the pain in his eyes. Like, what are we doing here? Why do I have to work? What do I have to do? Waking up in the morning, go to one office till a certain time, come back home and wait till 30 days to earn salary. What are we doing here? I mean, having to wake up with the mindset I have to go and work and get one paper to be able to access some things is painful enough. Yes, I mean, stupidly, but I mean, is it okay to say we should go fight God for that? It is just life. It is not fair anywhere. The same way over there, out of the country, in the UK and some other countries, a lot of citizens complain, the taxes is too much. Here, we barely pay so much tax as they do over there. In as much as we pay indirect tax, every citizen of this country is paying tax indirectly. From the pain and suffering we are going through, is tax enough. But I mean, that's just life. That's just what it is. If you feel like, I mean, I've gone house hunting with a friend where the landlord said you can't use generator because of noise. That's his property. It may sound stupid, yes, but that's his property. He said, you all have prepaid meters. Try as much as possible to, recharge, subscribe, and enjoy yourself. So it's just simple. If I can't, if I know that I won't be able to keep up with the prepaid meter, two things. I can stay in my house even if it's hot. It's my property, it's my house. Or I'm able to afford the prepaid meter. He said he doesn't want generator. All I want to do is look for a house where I can use generator. There are lots of houses that will allow you as a single woman. Like you said, talking about a woman, you'll be married before you can be allowed into a property or a house or whatever. Same thing goes to men. There are some properties you cannot. I'm talking from experience. I'm not telling you what I've heard. They will tell you, I've once given this house to a guy, he started bringing in guys, only boys, they started smoking before, he started keeping guns, Because they feel like being married it brings this sense of being responsible. Your family is just there, your children gone to school, your wife is probably in business or full-time housewife taking care of the house, you're out working. There's just this calmness. He comes and he's like, oh, good afternoon. Is your husband around? No. And she goes, sorry, is there any message? Please, when your husband comes, tell him to call me. Like, there are some things that's just cool. Sometimes some men don't really see it's far beyond maybe a norm, all right? Some men don't really feel comfortable talking to a woman, especially in our world today where a woman can tell you eye contact is offensive. I mean, she's angry. Things happen. The next thing is a man can say, there are some things I can say to you might be normal, but a woman can pick offense. Oga, beg, don't talk to me like that. And the next time I'm feeling like, what are we having? Why is my tenant having to use this tone at me? And they feel, because they have emotions too, right? And you don't know how they feel. They start to feel like, oh, why do I have to deal with this person? It's just far beyond what we think, all right? You might think, oh, it's not really a good thing to do. Why are you not giving property to her? Because, but that's the system. That's how it works. And you can't change it. I can own a house today and say I don't want to give to single guys.
But you can change it.
Pardon?
You can change it.
No, you can't.
Do you believe in equality?
No, we can't be equal. Even we as men, we are not equal. I hope you know that.
Do you believe that we should have access to equal rights?
We should have, but we can't have.
Why?
It's a wish. We can't.
So don't you think that you are protecting old belief, preserving old belief, which is that men should be higher than the women? Okay, which is the reason why the women are now coming out and then fighting and saying no.
First of all,
give us a level playing field for us to operate.
First of all, in capital letters, men are higher than women. Not should be, are higher than women.
What? But we are humans.
Even though we are not, are men equal? Like, let's keep the women aside. We as men, are we equal?
Are we not?
We are not.
What makes us different?
Some are stronger, some are more intelligent, some are more resourceful, some are richer. I mean, it doesn't make us equal. That's just it. Do you know what equality means? Same. That is same. I mean, if, let's say, we say the weight of these two stands are equal, means they are the same weight. If this is 50 kg and this is 51, they are not equal. No English. They are not equal. We as men, we are not equal. We are different from each other. Have you seen men serving men? Have you seen an old man driving a boy? I mean, you feel like this man is old enough to give birth to this boy. But that's just what we are not. He answers yes sir to this boy. The boy says, calls him by his name. Come here, do this for me, and he do it. Why? Because.
But that is just social status.
Exactly. That is nature.
Not your inalienable rights.
Listen,
right?
Men are not. We are not forcing to be where we are. Get something straight. We are not forcing to be. It's just normal. Like I said, instinct is biology. The buildings, the bridges, the structures, we just want to do it. If you're allowed, there are so many jobs. Call it whatever you want to call it, misogyny, I don't care. There are so many jobs that women cannot handle. There are so many things. The society is built by men. Not because men are fighting women, oh, give us space to build it. No, it's just biology. That's just what it is. And we can't change it. That's the truth.
If feminism vanishes today, these same women that you're talking about says, okay, we're done. We're no longer interested in feminism. Move on with your life. Do your thing how you want it. What benefit, what impact does it have on men?
Our society will grow 100%.
How?
Okay, see. This is it. You can listen. A woman.
And you think that there won't be slavery?
No way.
Again? Not everybody thinks like, okay,
Listen. The society we live in. Let me use Lagos as instance. This, by God's grace, to some point, Lagos is civilized. You can't say we practice slavery here in Lagos, all right? Even though there might be indirect slavery, like I call it. But the truth is, first of all, we are humans. Don't forget that it's not about gender. We are humans. When something is wrong, it is just wrong. That is where I always get pissed, when you try to genderize an issue. When something is wrong, this is how it works. When there is a problem, or let's say there's a fire outbreak, and there's a child in that building. A man runs in and save the child and is out. And the news goes, my name is so and so. There was a fire outbreak. I went to save this. I was the one that saved this child. Government, please help us, blah, blah, blah. A man. A woman, there's a fire outbreak, especially if the child in there is a woman. She saves the child, comes out, and the next thing she goes, my name is Sarah, I'm a feminist. I came out because I feel like as a woman, there are some things you should be able to. I mean, you are just being human, for God's sake, like human. So when this whole feminism drama and bullshit ends, it makes us even happy because this whole noise is not needed. You have these rights that these men have already. Like you have this right. Like you have it. Just leave it. I think we can all agree, especially in Nigeria, if you have money, you enjoy life. Mm-hmm. So I think maybe we should also think from that angle. You as a woman, you just want to be a successful woman. And guess what? The system will work in your favor. The people guarding you the military personnel guarding you are male. You will pay them. I mean, these men that you're speaking against or that are problems to you, sorry for the context of this conversation, you turn them to your slaves. Yes, successfully. So it's that simple. Make money and turn men to your slaves. Let them work for you and pay them. It's not even hard. Yeah.
Crazy. All right. My next question would then be that going forward, do you have any plans in educating the women in terms of how they should handle issues as against just telling them to shut up?
Okay. People then don't listen when they are talking. You can't listen when you are talking. You stay quiet to listen. That's how you get the message. People like Chimamanda Adichie, Ajia Gambo in the north fought for right of female education. Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti and the rest. According to history, Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti was the first woman to drive a car. Am I correct?
Yeah.
How did she drive a car? By killing the men that owns the car. No. I mean, I'm trying to say you can gain your rights, you can achieve what you want without having to destroy anything, without having to fight anybody. She said to herself, I'm sure she must have had that thought. In the society, seeing women driving, and she's like, I really can do this thing. I can be the first woman to drive a car.
Yeah.
That is feminism. To me, that is, in as much as I don't want to target that, but that's still feminism to me. She walked her way out, probably talked to some car owners, and they go, a woman is not supposed to drive a car. No, do you see any woman drive a car in the society? And she's like, I can do it. I want to be the first woman to drive. And somehow, maybe through her husband or husband friends or something, she was able to get a car to drive, and she made history. All right?
Yeah.
These women, listen, this is where I have problem with them. I said earlier, when you want to fight a problem, you come with a solution. Long before now, the feminists we had, build empowerment programs, create opportunities. They do stuff.
Lobby
the one government? We have now is just save money, buy ring light, set it up and just say bullshit. I said it to some feminists that came attacking me in the old video. How many of you have run programs for women? How many of you? A lot of you haven't done no shit for no woman. And you are here to talk. How many can the feminists just come out, tell the government, please, we need you to equip us with ammunition. We want to go and fight the bandits. Come back and take the glory. Feminism. Like, do something, right? Do something. Run programs where, women can solely benefit. Let's say, for instance, run skill acquisition for only men. It's another strategy. Now, when you successfully achieve that, they are certified and all of that, you set them up, they now have their space. The men can say, courtesy of feminism. I mean, the society will begin to embrace it. But you are just making noise. You are not doing anything. Can you do something?
Yeah.
Create an opportunity. See, let me tell you something. Do your findings. A lot of female empowerment programs are run by men. A lot of them.
Sponsored?
Yes, sponsored by men.
Okay.
Some of these women, listen, they will set up a program, seek for sponsors, male sponsors in quotes. And once these males see these things, and the idea behind it is, women are suffering in society, young children, like there are some programs they run for, young teenagers, period programs to share parts and all of that. Everything. And there's no way a man will see that and he will be like, no, I mean, this is a good one. And that we invest so much in that program, in that movement. So I mean, I think this is how feminists should work. When they want to get to the heart of the men, this is one of the strategies they use. Because men are not stupid. Men will always be like, oh, I think these women really want change. They are doing this. And now men have to invest in that thing they are doing. By doing that, we begin to bond. Men begins to listen to women. Men begins to bend to the choices of women. But none of that is happening. You are not coming out to fight. You are not even fighting for the men. You are fighting the men, which you can't win. You can never win a war against man. So I just feel like that's just the major problem. That's why I say they should just shut up. You can't listen when you are talking. Just stay quiet. Listen to what the men want. Listen to what the men want, in quotes, what the men want. The men want you to go this way because the men of this society, of this modern day, is not the same men back then. The men now love women. We love you. I mean, back then, our parents married our mothers with just two bars of yam and some small token, 15 naira and all of that, with 555 cup in 3 sets. Nobody cares. But now, I mean, a man have to spend exorbitantly on weddings. Even before wedding, buys you an engagement diamond ring. Something you can just sell or you can even throw away. Because we now appreciate women. We now love women. There are positions that women now hold and men listen to them, bow to them. Yes, and them. Yes.
And even help.
Yes.
Like ensure that projecting the women
exactly.
to
exactly.
take over the positions.
The end point is we have different roles and position. We call it gender roles.
Yeah.
And it might sound silly, but at the end point, we are solving a problem. That's why when you find in most hospitals, receptionists, nurses are mostly women because they are tender. They can take care of you better. It's not the same thing as men.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are they solving a problem? Obviously, yes. In the military, we have more of men because you need physical strength, you need aggressiveness to achieve that. And most women cannot. They can't achieve that. Guess what? In the military system, we have more women working in the office, like finance. Are they solving a problem? Yes. So you can say we need each other. You don't want to step into the masculine space, and all you're trying to do is men should give way. You hear them say, I wish there can be a world. Can you guys just, work your way into the heart of the government, get a state or a community, build it for yourself from scratch. All the structures, no men, all the bricklayers and electricians should be women. Do everything, live your life, have your currency. No man will step in there. Yes.
That city is going to burn down in 2 days.
Do you understand?
24 hours.
So it's not that hard. It's not that hard.
All right. So I think that is a wonderful conversation. Like I said, here it is never a dull moment, and we've been having a conversation on feminism, modern day feminism, and how we should take it. And Paul has done justice by hearing his opinion and what he thinks that feminists should be doing, and not setting up ring lights to tell us how to behave. Whether it is the right way or not, we'll leave it to you out there to drop your comments, contributions. Let us know your opinion. But this has been very enlightening, I must say, for me, right? Because again, we're able to drill down and fully understand the philosophy that guides your opinion and out there. And whoever has a discerning mind can actually see what your arguments are, and not just basically watch a small clip and say, oh, this person is XYZ. But I think that there is so much sense in what you have said today. And we do appreciate you for coming on this platform with your opinion. It's wonderful. So if you're still there, please kindly subscribe, share,
Yeah, subscribe, guys. Subscribe.
And let's get your opinion. You can follow him. Just share your handle.
Yeah, Paul_Rudiment on all platforms. Paul Rudiment.
Yeah.
And yeah, we can have a conversation about this over and over again.
Yeah, because again, sometimes you really need to sit down with someone, listen to them, and then you can understand what is forming their opinion and everything. And we appreciate you for your stand on that. And I believe that so many persons would also agree with you. But whether I agree, I don't know. From all of us in the studio, I want to say a big thank you. It will be a wrap for this week. See you next week.
Bye.
Don't go nowhere. Bye.